The Eide Bailly Resourcefulness Award 2017. 4 states, 4 grand prize winners, 8 runners-up, $60,000 in award money. The $10,000 prize winners
I think one of the things that people don't realize is that when your per capita in your community is $16,000 a year, even going to a tribal college, which might cost $12,000, is unaffordable. So without scholarship support and the other kinds of additional support that the colleges give and that the American Indian College Fund gives, we know that students wouldn't be able to go to college. I understand that in like the mid-1990s, the College Fund entered into a relationship with Pendleton Woolen Mills. Pendleton is an organization that primarily produces blankets. This partnership that the College Fund has with Pendleton generates revenue from the sales of blankets that we co-design with them and sometimes with Wyden and Kennedy to bring income to us that we distribute to students for scholarships. The College Fund has actually given out scholarships to about 100,000 students, which is quite remarkable. I see how my own life changed because of education, so it's just great to be able to support theirs. And I know that's part of Pendleton's motivation, is that they really believe in that too. Give a hand up. So the implementation process with Pendleton is designed to both be responsive to markets. So of course we want to be able to sell our blankets. So they will consider marketing. We will consider the cultural context. So we navigate and negotiate the look of each of the blankets that's introduced into our collection. I think the opportunity to partner with a business that does most of the heavy lifting is ideal. So I think if you're a nonprofit that wants that kind of a partnership, look for somebody who sees an advantage in partnering with you.
It bothers me that anybody in our country can't get proper health care or proper dental care. Brighter Way Institute is here to serve the needs of the most underserved populations. Today we're at the clinic that serves the homeless and veterans, and it also serves the working poor. We now have a training program that's in collaboration with several national and international implant companies. And in those training programs, our homeless vets and our working poor get full mouth implants and the restorations, whether it's dentures or crowns, to go with those implants. If you would go to the market to get that, that would be about $50,000. We are giving that to our veterans and our homeless for free because of these training programs.
Without being able to eat, I've lost all kinds of weight. Being able to eat again, I'm tired of mush. That's a big impact.
Like many processes, there was a small evolution. We had training, we had some of the implants companies coming in and giving us some implants, we had doctors from out of state volunteering, and so somehow that all came together, and it wasn't myself. It was a group of docs that were here and a group of the implant people that were here. The big lesson for me is always saying yes. Even if I can't imagine how that entity that came into this clinic is going to help me, I want you to come in, because I get very ingenious ideas from people that aren't related to dentistry. So I would just say that, being open to all ideas coming into the clinic, it ultimately came to this point of having implants for our veterans.
Mountain Lands Community Housing Trust is in a resort area, a ski area primarily. The mission is to create, preserve, and advocate for affordable housing in Summit and Wasatch counties. I think our average single-family residence in Park City is about $2 million. The average sales for all real estate in Summit County is about $950,000 roughly. So it's a real challenge for us to provide housing for our workforce. In fact, today I just heard that if we had a big snow, the canyons would be about 50% employment at this point, which means an hour or two lift lines, which kills the brand. So our challenge is to try to get some of our workforce living up here, and it's never easy. It's very frustrating along the way, but that's what gets you coming in to work every day. It's never easy, and it takes quite a bit, usually more time and more money than you plan, but the secret is just to be flexible and keep pushing forward, and anything we can do to make it happen, we do as soon as we can. And while we're waiting on others, we do what we can to get them to move too. But it's always a challenge and always frustrating. I think the biggest danger for a lot of nonprofits is they live day to day and think day to day. And one of the easy things to do is, if you have money or you see money is coming, is to spend it. So I think the secret is to really sit down, make a plan, create some objectives, whether they're 18 months or 5 years from now, and then try to fulfill that, preserve cash where you can, and try to reach those goals rather than just focusing on the challenge that we have every day, and really focus on the financing, because I think that's what makes a healthy nonprofit, of course, any business, but it also opens up a lot of doors for you too.
So Better Futures Minnesota is an innovative social enterprise that focuses on providing holistic services to men who have various challenges to stabilization. Those challenges are unemployment, long-term incarceration, long-term homelessness, and oftentimes untreated mental health and chemical health challenges. So our mission is to stabilize those men. Our mission is to provide immediate housing and workforce development opportunities for them, and then to further their integration into our community through employment. The major benefits of Better Futures Minnesota is that we employ a population that otherwise would be unemployed. This is a population that would be massive users of public tax dollars. This is a population that would be providing for some challenges in the community. We've faced multiple challenges that we've had to overcome. Challenges around staff, understanding what a social enterprise is, that we just can't fire everybody and go hire somebody else, that we're dedicated to serving this population. And just the day-to-day challenges of operating a business, trying to lower your overhead, trying to maximize your efficiency so you can earn a greater profit. The lessons we've learned along the way is that it's extremely difficult to run a social enterprise and stay true to your mission. If we operated differently, we could have a much higher profit margin. But we don't want to operate differently. We are committed to working with individuals that have challenging backgrounds, and as such, it cuts our profit margin down because we have to employ additional staff to help and coach them in along the way.